All right, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is take the very last card with Greeblies. It's the one that's got your large wheels with the horseshoes built in. Hopefully you kept those on the card and they're already pre-painted from the previous step. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the remote with the dark brown wash. Again, it's gonna be a 1-to-1. Since there's just this one little piece, you only need like a few drops each, so maybe just do like 5 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 drops of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stir it really well. And we're just going to lightly brush these. You want to try to get them at least lightly covered. Maybe have a couple of them that are slightly darker than others so that you can kind of mix and match and have a little bit of variation, but you really only need to load your brush once, maybe twice, and lightly coat these. You're really just looking for a very light brown texture on top of them. And then this, you don't really need to blow dry. You can if you want, but just let it sit aside while we move on to the next step, and it should dry by itself. All right, that's what you want. And for the next step, we're going to use the light rust. So I'm going to rinse out my cup. Make sure that it's empty because even just the smallest drops affect the ratio. I'm going to rinse out my fan brush because we're done with that. And for the light rust, we're going to shake that up really well as well. And this one, I like to do 5 drops and 4 drops of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. 5 drops of this, 4 drops of water. And if you're using the same kind of cup as me, it's a negligible amount. It's going to barely cover the bottom of your cup. Still want to shake it up really well. You still want to stir it and mix it. All right. So for the final step is to add the rust around the tank tracks and the hatch covers on both the tops and bottoms. All right, so what we're gonna do is grab our remote by the holes. And I usually do 2 at a time, but you can do them one at a time if you want. I'm just gonna start tracing the outside of the hatch cover and tank area. And then I'm gonna take my paper towel and just blot it a little bit to break up that clean line that I just brushed on. This kind of makes it look a little rougher around the edges. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Let's get a better light, maybe. Kind of in the shadow here. All right, let's try that again. Load up your brush. Start tracing around. Okay, get your paper towel and knock it back. I'm gonna try to take some pictures in between here so that you can see better than what you're seeing on video here. But you just trace it, load your brush, trace it, load your brush, trace it. You're just gonna get a thicker layer of yellow around the thing, and then you're gonna blot it back. Okay, last one. Brush it on. blot it back. Okay, now I'm going to take the same hair dryer and I'm going to dry this with the cool setting to really evaporate that, and it's going to separate those colors, give it nice oranges, nice yellows. Now we're going to do the exact same thing to the underside, which doesn't have hatch covers, it's just the tank tracks and the wheels. So for these, I just kind of trace it around twice. I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This looks exactly like the real one does too. So if you look at those pictures of the underside of it, and then I just take here and I just very lightly break up that line, make it not quite so even. Just kind of dabbing at it. And that's what you want. Okay, same thing. And that, my friends, is it. That is all we have to do. All right, guys, so that's it as far as the general weathering. I hope that helps. It's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's a quite simple method, very quick to do. Again, if you feel like it's not heavy enough, you can go back and do it again, change your ratios, but this is kind of a tried and true method of how I do it. So that's my 2 cents anyway. All right, we will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.